Hello everyone, my name is Hectic and today I have a GTA Online business tier list for you. Yes, it's about time that I do one of these. Yes, now some of these are going to include properties. Uh, why is property different than a business? A business, in my opinion, is that you either do like a contract of some sort or you basically have some sort of product and then you sell that or whatnot. Uh, Probably not with the contract, but you have product and then you sell that product, and that's a business. Or you gain supplies and it produces product and then you sell that. Everything else is a property. Anything that generates a heist, where you could start up a heist or whatnot, is a property. Yeah. Uh, so we have a batch of stuff here today. This is every single business, not every single like property per se, but um, a good enough anything that will basically make you money in the game. Yep, I left out a few properties in this case, but let's start out with some of these. Um, let's start off with this one. This appears to be the agency. Sorry. Oh wait, and I also forgot. S tier will be goaded. Yes, these are the best money making methods in the game, and you will get very rich very quickly from these if you do these methods. A will be rich boy. Rich boy. That's gonna be, these methods are very decent or are pretty decent, and they will gain you a good amount of money. However, sometimes they are not, they will not be the greatest, not as much as the goated tier is. Yes. Let me adjust myself here. We'll put you up there. Yep. We'll put you up here. Or me. Sorry, that's me. Yeah, up there. So now you can see my lovely face while we do this. So that is Rich Boy. Next one, this one is I had it. Mid. These options are just plain mid. Yeah. Actually, no, we're not going to put mid there. We're going to put this as not mid. What's a good one? I don't know. We'll come back to putting something in there. Something in there. Let's do our D slash our F tier. It's going to be garbage. It's going to be garbage tier, basically. Garbage. Why does this exist? C is better than nothing. I think I will put this as mid right there. They're basically average. They're alright. They're not as great as these, but they're certainly not. Can I change? It's a label background. I want it as that. Cool. You change that to, I think I like it as that. Let's get some better color variants in here. Let's change it to that. You rich boy. Change it to that, and then goated is going to be changed to that. Sure, let's have that kind of weird color scheme going on there. All right, so let's start off with here, the agency. I absolutely love the agency, and if you've watched any of my videos on my channel, you will know that I cannot stop talking about the agency. Yes, I believe, and I truly believe, that it is one of, if not the best investment you can make in GTA Online. What does it do for you? it opens up payphone hits, which, uh, if done correctly, can pay you $85,000 every 20 minutes on the 20-minute cooldown. It's that. It has security contracts, which for me and in my opinion is a way to get is one of the best ways, if not the best way, to get some very, very quick cash, even more so than VIP work can. Uh, that's some of the easiest, especially if you do recover valuables or vehicle recovery, except for the Humane Labs vehicle recovery one. Don't do that one. But if you do recover valuables or something like that, or maybe even rescue operation, easy money. Yeah, very, very easy money. And you'll see yourself stacking up on that. On my other account, I used to have $11 million in the agency. Yes, I completed 120 security contracts. Yes, and it also has a safe, which generates, I forget the amount of money, what it starts off with, but it's pretty good. But if you complete 201 security contracts, that safe will generate $20,000 every in-game day or every 48 minutes in real time. Yes, which is really good. A good bonus for what it is. That'll make it, I believe, the second best safe in the game. It's still the second best one, no matter what. And you also have access to the Dr. Dre contracts, which after you complete all of that, it takes a bit of time to do. But if you complete that, you get paid $1 million at the end of that. Yes, it's a really fun story. As far as grinding it, I personally wouldn't suggest grinding it at all, really. It's a good every now and then thing, but I just think that it takes too long to be trying to pay $1 million. Yes, you could probably do all of Kaio Init setups faster than you could do all of Dr. Dre. Yeah, but it's still pretty good to do, and you can do it. You do have the option to do it with a friend if you would like. Yeah. Not also mentioning the fact that you can get snacks here and whatnot. You also have the armory, which is basically a very, very discounted ammunition, so you never have to go there again. Agency is in goated. It's goated tier. Yep, absolutely goated. I love this thing. Probably the best. Its cost, however, for about $2+ million, it's quite expensive. Yes, but it's the cost and so the upgrades it's up there. Yeah, one of the more expensive ones in the game, but you won't regret buying that. Yeah, goated tier. Yes, next up, what is this one? Sorry, I have to lean in for that. I believe this is the apartment. Yeah. This is just the regular apartment. I don't know why I put this in here. I decided if I was going to do heist stuff, might as well put this in here. Yes, your apartment, absolute garbage. Yes, it goes in F tier. In the garbage tier. Yeah, no argument about this. The original heist right now, as far as this, one of the worst ways you could be making money, because A, they take too much time. They require, besides Fleeka job, require 4 players for setups and finale. Yeah, and unless you're doing Criminal Mastermind, which you have to do all this shit in order and like not die and the same crew, all of this stuff, to get an $11 million bonus, which is a lot. Unless you're wanting to commit to that, they don't pay quite that well unless you get to Pacific Standard or Series A funding, which will give you a few, and I think Pacific Standard gets you like $1 million at the end. But that's still split upon like 4 people. Yep. Fleeka job is super easy, but not a good money-making method. None of these are good money-making methods at all. Even if you're, as the host, you're not getting a whole lot back from this. So, it's F tier. It does basically nothing else besides cosmetic stuff, and acts as a 10-car garage, which it's a 10-car garage. Valuable if you like to collect cards, but as far as heists and trying to grind, unless you specifically want to take the time and dedicate yourself doing that, uh, I would say no. Don't even touch all of these heists. They're fine to do, like every now and then, to help people with, to have some fun, or at least try them all, at least once the first time. I would say just don't do that unless you're trying to commit to a criminal mastermind. Yeah. Next up is the arcade. And the arcade is one where my opinion has changed. I used to pray that it's good business, or actually it's a property. It's not really a business at all. It's a property. It's actually not as good as what it's claimed to be. Yes, let me go over the pros of it. You have the Master Control Terminal, which is expensive upgrade, $1.7 million. However, it does allow you to resupply all your MC businesses. You can check how your CEO cargo and all of that stuff doing. You can endlessly swap out your DJs for your nightclub without going through that annoying cutscene. That's good. And you can resupply bunker as well and do like bunker research from there. You could do the normal like salvage, all of that stuff. Don't do anything else besides those other previous things from that, but you do have access to that, which is really, really nice. That's the best investment you can make with the arcade. Arcade is also a 10-car garage, so benefit there. It does come with a passive income method, which is a wall safe. If you fill in the arcade slots with even just the default machine, but fill in every single slot with that, the max money you can make is $5,000 every 48 minutes, which is the worst in the game. Now, if you don't have that upgrade, I believe it's worse than the agency starting out. I think it's like $100 every hour. Yeah, it's absolute garbage if you don't do that. Plus the upgrades, like just try to, before I go on trying to go on a rant on this, I'll just say don't buy any other arcade machines besides the least expensive one and the default one. Yes, you're never going to need more of those unless you want to freaking flex and way late in game. Yeah, you don't need any more to generate that much money. 1, the safe is the worst in the game. 2, the arcade machines are overly priced. At that 3, it's just not that much for that value. Yes, for that much passive income. So, yikes, we're off to a bad start as far as that. And the next thing that it allows you to do, the next and final thing it allows you to do is start up the Diamond Casino heist. Which you might be thinking, oh, hey, that's a good money-making method. Yes and no. Again, it's requiring, actually it can require 2 to 4 people, I believe. It doesn't require 4, but you can do it up to that. However, my argument within that is, 1, there's way too many setups besides the Doomsday heist. I think has more setups than the casino heist. So, if you know me, and I don't really like doing heists that much because of setups just ruin it. They're way too time consuming. You guys can't really argue too much about that in the comments. For me, it said that setups really don't take that long. They really do. Yeah, they really do take that long. And some of these setups you're gonna want like 2 people with. You can do all of them solo, but good luck with that. And then the payout within that, you're not always guaranteed a couple million each time, depending on how large your group is and how well you do and all of that. It's complicated for what it is. Basically, is it still good heist to do? Yes, I actually have the most fun doing it. Yeah, I won't deny it's fun. But it's just like with pretty much any heist, especially the Diamond Casino, if you mess up, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah. Not so much as like in a Doomsday heist, so much, but especially in, or even Cayo Perico, but in casino heists, it's more likely. It could be a good money making method, but just with all the setups and stuff, it's basically, why not just do Cayo Perico? Both of you will, if you do it as 2 people, both of you will earn more money doing it than the casino heist. Well, actually, that might not be true, but It'll take less time. Yeah. Just my question is to you, and I'm gonna put let me change that back because let me put this in a solo perspective. Let me do all of these in a solo perspective. My bad. Uh, as a solo perspective is why not just do Cayo Perico as opposed to the Diamond Casino heist? I know you want to have fun for that, but if you want the most money quickly, just do Cayo Perico. Yeah, Arcade. Unfortunately, it's a little too much. It's better than nothing, but it's almost garbage. Yeah. So that next up is the Arena Workshop. This is garbage. It's just a property. I might as well keep that in there. Unless you're doing a bunch of Arena Wars, which I don't know who does that. It's basically just a car garage where you can store some personal cars and a bunch of Arena War vehicles, which will look cool. But making money from this I believe Arena War is the exact same as like a normal job, so you only get like 30-40K for doing these. I can't speak for that one per se, but I believe that's what I heard. Do with that one. I'm not too familiar with as far as payouts as far as that, but I just know just stay away from doing that. Yeah. Plus $990,000 for doing that. For purchasing the workshop and then actually committing to it. It's really not. This is more of a flex type of thing that you're gonna do. Don't really buy that. Next up is the auto shop. Auto shop, it depends. Here's the auto shop is a little bit weird because it depends on if stuff is double money or not. If it's not double money or not, it's C tier. Yeah. It's C tier. But if it is double money or not, it's probably any one of these three. I'd say it's probably not even mid. It's more like A or B tier, like Goated or Rich Boy, whenever it is. But we're gonna take the non-double money. There's 3 methods that you could do to make money in this. Only one of them is really feasible. You can sell customized customer cars and sell it to them, and you get money. Usually anywhere between 25,000 to about $50,000 bonus for doing that. Yes, not a lot for doing that. On double money, you can get up to like $60,000. This is after you're paying modification costs for it and you're getting it back. Yes, so true profit is maxed out on non-double money. If you're lucky, might be like, what is it, 50,000 if any. If not, the most common one you're gonna find is probably 30,000, 35,000 is the actual one. Wherever it says payment, that's your true net profit as long as you don't crash the car. Yeah. Or we'll come back to this. If it's double money, doing those sales can actually earn you a few. It'll say like $110,000, but it's probably more like 80 or whatever. If it's double money, those are worth doing. Yeah. The second way to make money is through the auto shop contracts. Now these are pretty good. They're like mini heists, only 2 setups, and they're pretty easy. The setups are actually pretty easy, and the finales are fairly easy. Some of them are super annoying. It can be really hard. I would suggest trying to do every single finale with people because it'll just make it better, and the setups as well. But there is potential to do every single one of these solo. They pay anywhere between $170,000 and $300,000. Technically $280 because, or $270 I think, because KDJ and Sasanta, the characters who are for the auto shop, take a $30,000 cut, which I think it'd be within that. It should be like more than $300,000, like $330,000, and then I actually get paid a flat $300,000. Nice even number. Union Depository pays the most. Everything else pays a little bit less. If this is double money, these are definitely in the goated way to do. Maybe even Rich Boy one. You're probably going to want to grind Union Depository one. However, all the other ones can be fun and they're fairly easy. Yes. However, the payment on even on non-double money, $160,000, I can grind that faster than I could do both the setups and the finale. Probably as quickly as one can. I can probably grind that out quicker than that. That's a payphone hit security contract. Boom. That's about all that I need to do. If not, maybe an AB Nation contract, then something else. Yeah. Or at least I can get up close to that number before we even do that. Yeah. On double money, it's all right, but having $340,000 as that, still that can be grinded out a little faster than you can do some of those. So unless you want to commit to Union Depository all the time, which is the most difficult, it actually has fairly easy setups actually, but the finale can be a bit difficult when you're trying to escape if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, but it's either or. Yes, you have to decide whether you're going to commit to those or not. So I don't know. The third option to make money is exotic exports, and those are complicated stuff. Basically, every now and then blue dots show up around the map saying exotic exports. You go to that. It's a list of like 10 every single day. Of specific cars that you find around the map. You deliver it to the docks, you get paid $20,000. You find all 10 in one day, which, but due to the spawn rates and specifics of that, practically impossible to find. But if you do happen to find all 10, you get paid a one-time bonus of $200,000. Yep. And that's only once. And then after that, if you find in all 10, you only get 20,000 for each. Yeah. Due to the conditions of these and just how little they pay, exotic exports is not a good way to make money. Yes, I just do it for fun every now and then if I happen to see one of those exotic export blimps show up. It's a complicated thing. I'm going to explain it more in a video sometime when I have more ways of showing that I can. But since I'm recently just starting back from a ban, I can't really show that. That's going to be way later in the future. But basically what you need to know, it's not a reliable money making method. Even on double money, just don't really do it. Yeah. The next thing that the auto shop provides, it's a free 10-car garage. It's pretty cool. The accommodation is one of the cheapest in the games. It's fun to spawn there. And I like, if you have the La Mesa one, which for me, I would also have the La Mesa Arcade, so it's centrally located. Also, my CEO crate warehouses are there. So, benefits are there. Yep. So, I think the auto shop is, quite honestly, can it make you some money? Yes, those contracts have a big weight, but also everything else has it. The upgrades are expensive. Because if you do those car sales, like I said, if you let your staff deliver them instead of you, they probably will crash it. Yeah, therefore losing you money. You can buy up to 2 staff members and 2 car lifts. So, and each staff, I think for one staff member, if not both staff members, cost about $300K each, and an extra car lift costs about $600K. If you're going to have to commit to do those, just buy the car lift. Don't buy any of the staff. Yes, unless if the game forces you to. I forget. It's been a while since I started with that one. If you're going to do that, just buy the second car lift. You don't have to. It already comes with one car lift, so you'll be fine. But if you're going to do that, fine. Just never let your staff deliver the car. Unless if that's your only option, like if you're going to go do something or you really want that money. Okay. Yeah. So the contracts have big weight on it. If it's double money, it actually can be good. And even doing those sales would be great. I don't know. I would almost, it's either mid or it's better than nothing. It's definitely better than the arcade. I'm going to put it in mid for now, and then once we rank these, that might change. Yes, next up is the bunker. The bunker is one of the best solo businesses in the game. Yep. It has the options. A, you sell goods. For that, you purchase supplies for say 5,000. You let it fill up. if you let one batch fill up, sell it for $210,000 to Los Santos, and that's the best way to guarantee one sell vehicle solo. Yeah. And doing that method can earn you a lot of money. So you have that aspect of gun running. You also have bunker research, which will allow you to unlock weapons for armored vehicles, as well as liveries and gun skins, as well as Mark II weapons, which are more powerful. Bunker research, I think, I have my complaints about that. But nice that we have those options to be able to do that. And the flat out money, it's pretty darn good. Yeah. And for buying a bunker for about 1.8 million to, I think what that does equal 2 million, it's not bad. It's good. You're going to get that money back. Also, you have the ammunition contract, which you basically sell excess supplies to an ammunition across the road, and you get paid $50,000 every time that you do that. First time you could do that, you get paid $150K. Yeah, it's really really good. Yeah, and that happens every 48 minutes. So that's another really really good money method that you can use. Yeah, easy 50K. Yeah, with the driving. So that combined with that, it's really really good. My strategies though, if you really want to earn a lot, you can do the 210 method solo, but if you absolutely want more money, you can let your bunker fill up and then have friends help with you. Yes, and I think that could be filled up to about 1.3 mil is the max that you can with both upgrades. Yeah, it's a pretty fun one too. The only downside of the bunker is just the cell missions suck. But some of them are better than others. The Dune FAV mission kind of sucks. 5 drop-offs across there. The Merryweather HQ one the Merryweather one actually isn't that bad. People say, oh, that one's super annoying. It's actually not that bad. Just learn to aim, guys. You might die once to some of those helicopters, but it's not that bad at all. They give you plenty of time. And there's a few out there with the cell vehicles. The Marshall one kind of sucks, but every that day could be okay. And I think there might be one other one. But all in all, is it a goated method? I think so. Yeah. Next up, what is this one? This is the Counterfeit Cash Factory. Yes. Now, listen carefully to this one because I'm going to be including all of the counterfeit. I'm going to be including all of the MC businesses separately and the MC Clubhouse as a whole. Yes, those are going to go in here and they're going to be ranked a little bit differently. So as each other, the Counterfeit Cash Factory, which if you have Criminal Enterprises starter pack, can't be free, so it's a good business. It's the third best of the MC businesses. It's really good. Yeah, you can earn a good amount of money within that. It's the top 3 out of the 5. Yeah, really, really good. A good amount of money. Afterwards, is it goated? No, but I mean, I feel myself coming back to it. Yeah, I would still put it in the rich boy concept. Yeah, the problem with MC businesses is that you're gonna spend most of your time selling that stuff. And some of the sell missions can suck. Some of them are easy. Like the boats are easy. You can do even up to 3 boats solo if you want. Helicopters are pretty easy. The planes are semi-easy. Don't get more than 1 post-op van. Post-op vans suck. The truck is easy. Yeah, I think that's about it. And the bikes are pretty easy as well. So Counterfeit Cash Factory, pretty good for what it is in that. CEO crates. The crate warehouse itself, I think is a rich boy method. I love doing CEO crates. Yes, and with the way that the staff can now, member in your warehouse can go out and source, that's a good way every now and then to passively gain some of that income when you go out and sell. The sell missions are easy for this. The plane one is alright. The Titan one I've heard kind of sucks sometimes. I've even got the Titan one before when it was on 1.5 times money. And I was average, if not a little bit above average at flying some stuff, and I couldn't even get the Titan to uh, lift off. Actually, I could, but I just couldn't control the thing, and I crashed it into the water. So be careful about that one. But you'll get a lot of money. You source 3 crates for $18,000, paying from your crate warehouse, from your office, and 3 crates is equivalent to $36,000. So you're basically getting double. You will make money back from doing these, and having 5 large warehouses, while it takes some time to stack up, yeah, and multiple sell vehicles isn't really an issue. I've sold 3 trucks before, 2 planes is not bad. Sometimes they'll give you 1 plane. If you happen to get just the tugboat, well, yes, it's slow. That's the easiest out of all of those. And for surprisingly, griefers don't come after that. But yeah, CEO crates, Rich Boy method. Is it in the goaded? Probably not, because these will make you a little bit faster than this will, but it's definitely really, really good. I put that about that. This is supposed to represent the CEO office as a whole. So you have vehicle, which we're going to come back. Actually, we're going to come back to that because we got to do something else. The vehicle cargo, CEO vehicle cargo. I'm gonna put in better than nothing, if not mid. I put it in lower than that because this can actually lose you money. Yes, I don't think it's actually that good. Yes, you're going out, you're sourcing cars. Yeah, you want you'll source either standard range, mid range, or top range cars. Top range cars, of course, sell the most to the specialist dealer for $80,000 profit after $20,000 modification costs. But to constantly source these, you need to stock up on standard range and mid-range vehicles, which I think it's just that. So you'll just have those sitting in your vehicle warehouse doing nothing while you source the top range cars, which I think is just, that's kind of a dumb method. Why do that? Quite honestly, these other two are good for emergency money. It's kind of the method that would be the only way why you would sell them. But here's why. Because the vehicle cargo missions are very annoying, and especially the AI that come after them. If the griefers come after them, you're screwed. Yeah, usually most of these cars will take 1 shot, and you're dead from a missile, and it's blown up. You pay any damage costs that you receive on your way back to your warehouse, from the source area to your warehouse, up to $35,000, which if it reaches $35,000, the car explodes and you lose that mission. You have to pay any of those costs up there. And on average, you're unless you're absolute pristine and can get away from these enemies, or if you get extremely lucky and they don't spawn, there's no way you're going to get back to the warehouse with $0. You're going to pay at least, I've had the least of about $2,000 upwards to about $20,000 per vehicle. My average is about $10,000 to $15,000 of damages per vehicle. Yes. And you're thinking, okay, but you're going to get $80,000 in return. Actually, you're going to get less than that, because you got to pay the damage costs. And then let's say you want to immediately sell it back. $20,000 for the modification costs, which you get back. But it doesn't matter because you get the $80,000 in there. But this still factors in. And even if it doesn't factor in immediately, it still technically factors in. It will never be $80,000 true profit. Yeah. Because you still have to pay that damage cost. Even if it's like $10. Or let's say, $1,000. You're now at $79,000 if you make it a true profit, pristine thing. The fact that you can actually lose money in this one, besides just having the whole shipment blow up, of course, really hinders that type of thing. And just it does take a little bit of time to do. Yes, to gain all of those cars just to source top range cars. Everybody praises it. I think that it's not as good as what it's praised to, like, at all. All right, next is the Coke lockup. Yep, the MC business, it's an MC business, works just as the same, but it's the best one and can make you the most money out of this. S tier for solo play and multiple people. If they help you out within that, you can still get it. Yeah, really, really good. This is document forgery garbage for MC. Yeah, don't get document forgery except for the nightclub. Yeah, it is by far the worst in the game. You'll have better luck wanting to sell auto shop cars than doing document forgery. Yes, at max, I think I've sold, what was it? Is it like 50K? Maybe one? Is it 100,000? Does it actually reach into the 100,000s with all upgrades and fully stocked? Yeah. I've had this thing rated like 3 times, and I didn't really care at all. I only got it and at least just set it up for the nightclub. Yes, and some of you are going to argue, what? Don't even get it for the nightclub because it doesn't produce that much. It actually does produce quite a bit for the nightclub. Yes. Yep. It produces a bit for the nightclub. Yes. You people who argue that, that's just simply false. Yeah. Also, why leave out a business that you could use to gain money from the nightclub when you can? $1,500 times 60, I think, is what you can use for the document forgery in a full nightclub. That's still a lot. That's an extra $60,000 in the nightclub. Yes, it will produce you a good amount of money. Yes, buy all 5 MC businesses for the nightclub. Yes, when we get there, I'll rant on that more. But yeah. So is there a reason to buy it? Yes, for the nightclub. For making money? No. Am I still going to do it? Yes, because I want to do a challenge where I earn 10 mil with every single business. Actually, up to 100 mil with every single business. But since my bad, I have to start over on that. But don't get document forgery. It may be the cheapest, but it sucks. All right. Given those two, now we can talk about the CEO office as a whole. Yes, CEO office has a few ways you can make money. CEO special cargo or the crates, vehicle cargo or special vehicle work, which are missions that'll pay you about $30,000-$40,000 to do a small, almost contact mission-esque thing to help unlock a trade price. Trade prices are overrated. Don't do the, except for probably the one for special vehicle work might be worth doing. I actually have fun doing some of those, and the vehicles encompass like the Phantom Wedge, Ramp Buggy are actually fun to do. Yeah, but as far as a money making method, don't do these because they require 2 or more players. And why require 2 or more players when solo play is an option? We'll never know. So vehicle work, it's down there, but it's an option. Also, the export mixed goods thing is basically like the ammunition contract for the bunker. Pays you $50,000 when you do that each time. Every 48 minutes that resets. So that's another method. First time you do that, I think you get, what is it, 150 or is it 200,000 or even 250K for doing that the first time. It's still a good method, so you have that to do. Yeah, plus you have car garages, 60 car garages, whatnot. You could get snacks there and exit, whatnot. Yeah, the upgrades for that are expensive, hella expensive, and I touched more on this on a review on this. I just don't like how you have to swap out personnel every single time you want to buy a car garage. It's annoying. Yes. Or do any renovation to that. It's super annoying. But as far as money making methods, it's all right. I would put it in the. I'm gonna put it in Rich Boy for now. I have to come back and think about how much vehicle cargo and special vehicle work will drag down because it's weighted. Special cargo and export mixed goods is up here and everything else is down here, so it's, oh no. Next up is the facility. This is going in garbage. Yes, some of you just raged at your screen for this. But facility, besides storing armored vehicles and the Avenger, it the only thing that it allows you to do is start up the Doomsday heists. And you know me having a whole property just to start up a heist, I don't think that's really worth it. No, Doomsday heists are very difficult, I would say. There's some people who are like, Doomsday heist is easy, yet no. Uh, no, you probably might be that skilled because you've probably done it multiple times. Then it might become easy. But money as a money method for the time that it takes, eh, it's all right. I'd rather do Diamond Casino heist than these. But hey, you unlock trade prices for okay-ish vehicles, although, but just having, and that's pretty much it. It just allows you to start up Doomsday heists. Yeah. Uh, and the facility is mainly just, besides that, is a waste of space. Like literally from the hangar section where you store all the vehicles to the heist planning room is literally across the map, and then there's all this cosmetic dead space in here. If you just chop that in half or smash the two together, it would have been fine. I would have not have done that, but that also annoys me more. But I'm not ranking these based off of aesthetics. I'm ranking them based off of functionality. Now, if you're only a heist grinder and you specifically a Doomsday heist grinder, okay, maybe they'll be for you, but no. Yes, don't. I would only get a facility. The only reason I got it is to store things like a Kanjali, Night Shark, and Avenger. What and some other things. Yes, that's probably the only reason why you're gonna be buying a $2.8 million property for that. It's hella expensive. All the upgrades are hella expensive, except for the accommodation a little bit. I think the accommodation is pretty expensive. Or you're going to use it for, and don't it is home to the orbital cannon, which is the worst thing in this fucking game. Why is that even in the game? Yes, it's garbage. Yes, there's no need for this. I can argue with the heist maybe, but even for that, just do Cayo Perico. You'll earn it in more money in more time, in less time. Yes. Next up is the green stuff, or probably in this case, don't know if YouTube's gonna flag me for this, but what else? The Weed Factory. Uh, this is what the second worst of the MCs. However, it's significantly better than the Document Forgery, and I would when I run the MCs, I would actually sell from this. It gives you about 300k max, which isn't actually that bad. Yes, but it is nowhere even on the level of counterfeit cash. Yes, which makes the MCs unbalanced and just garbage. Uh, it's actually not in the better than nothing. I think that it's actually mid. Yeah, I think that Cash Factory is mid tier. Yeah, pretty good for what it is. Um, I think that people underestimate it a little bit, but I would still recommend doing Coke or Counterfeit Cash or the Meth, which that's coming up. That's gonna be next. Yes, Meth is in Rich Boy, just because it's not on the same level as the Coke lockup, but it's better than Cash Factory and Raw production and all of that. Um, but yeah, the blue stuff or the Meth lab. Uh, is in there. That's the second best one out of all five of the MC businesses. And if you don't use any of these MC businesses, please get them for the nightclub. Get all of them. Yeah. Which we'll talk about the nightclub here in a bit. But that's gonna go into Rich Boy. You will get a good amount of money back. Make sure you buy the upgrades though. But yeah. Next up is the hangar. This one's doo-doo garbage. If the only thing it allows you to do is store aircraft and start air freight cargo. Aircraft, okay. Air freight cargo sucks. Yes. Worst thing in the game, takes way too long to source. Actually, the source missions are better than the cell. Actually, sorry, the cell missions are way easier than the uh, source missions. Yes, and for one crate at a time, only selling $10,000 at a time, and you can have up to 50 crates of one particular one. To do the solo, garbage. Yeah, I would even run document forgery more than I would run air freight cargo. When it was on double money, I just decided to give it a try. It'll be like, okay, I made about 60,000 for doing it. I failed a couple missions, but I also succeeded a couple. But it's not really worth doing really at all. Now, if you have friends, it could be okay. Now, like you could argue because of 50 per each one, each type of goods that you get, it's $10,000 each, so that's 50 times 10,000, which is, what is that? That's not 50,000, is it? $500,000 each. You could make somebody. I guess you could argue with that, but it's gonna take you too much time. Yep. Garbage as far as that, and aircraft is gonna be a late game thing anyway to store that. And to buy an upgrade aircraft, the workshop costs over $1 million, and some aircraft cost less than $1 million to do. That's just why. The hangar is one of those that it's just like a why. I kind of get it, but just you didn't have to add the business part of it. Yeah. So that's in garbage. Next up is the Kasaka. Kasaka is of course goated in the S tier. Cayo Perico heist, best money making method in the game by far. If you want heists, again, I do have to factor that heists kind of suck in general. Even Cayo Perico in some way, but it's I do this frequently a lot, like a lot. I've started doing it a lot more. Once I commit to the setup missions, it's fine. The setup missions are easy. The finale is pretty easy if you know a good route and how to do. But if all things go to hell, it could be a big yikes for you. Yes, and you'll walk away with solo. You can walk away with about. I would make sure you walk away with 1.1 million at the least every single time. Make sure that you do that. If not, you can earn up to like 1.5, 1.6 mil solo every time as well. If not, actually, I think, is it like 1.4 something, like the max, and then more people? Yeah, but it's also the only solo heist in the game, so that's good. Yeah. But yeah, Kasaka, and that's really the only thing that the submarine really allows you to do. Talk about that makes money. So, but for that, of course, it's goated within that. I find myself doing the agency a lot more, but Cayo Perico, really good. I do consider you trying to do at least one every single day in your daily grind. Next up is the MC Clubhouse as a whole. Yes, the MC Clubhouse as a whole is actually pretty darn good. Yes, it's home to the MC businesses, which are mid as altogether, because there's 3 that are high and everything else, the balance comes down to middle. It's mid. Where did I just put that? Okay. That you also have the bar resupply, which sometimes can suck, but that also generates a passive income completely. You can be offline and do that, which will generate you $5,000 every 48 minutes, I think, up to a max of $100,000, which you'll have to do one resupply every 3 hours. And it's basically like a safe. It's a passive safe. Yep, and that can be a way to get a good amount of money. It's better than the arcade safe doing that. And every time you do the bar resupply, you get at least $10,000 for doing it too. So immediately better than the arcade safe. So there's that money method. You have the MC contracts, which don't underestimate them. Most of them are crap. Torched is really good because it's quick money as well. You just go burn 10 munitions. It only pays you about Sometimes 20,000 if you're unlucky, up to like 33,000. But it's a super easy money. Gun running is okay as well, but and those are the only two that I recommend you do, except for this other one, which is life and death bikes, which will pay you $75,000 after the end of it. It takes a little bit of a while. Could you have gotten a payphone hit complete by the time you do that? Yes. But if you combine it in addition with payphone hit, security contract, VIP work, and a few other things, that can make you a bunch of money. Now, do know that when you're starting out, it'll pay you $55,000 like it had for me when I was starting until you reach a certain point. I forget why. But yeah, it's still a really good. That's the only contract I would recommend you commit to, except for those other two, which can be all right. Yeah, all the other ones are crap because you have to require two members or whatnot, or they just freaking suck because they're on the opposite side of the map and do whatnot. Yeah, and the final thing is the custom bike shop. I know this upgrade costs $500,000, but unlike the auto shop, you are the one selling customer bikes. Yes, and only you, no staff members. So a customer every 48 minutes will bring in a bike. You modify that bike to their liking. You pay $10,000 only for modification costs. Then you sell it, assuming you have no scratches, which can be possible. You get $50,000 profit. Yes, easy $50,000 profit. You combine that with export mixed goods from CEO and ammunition contract, easy 150K. Yeah. So all of those methods combined, rich boy. Yeah. Rich boy one, almost even goated. I would almost put it in goated section. But however, these things up here do a little bit faster than, well, actually, no, because if you just do back-to-back life and death bikes and all of that stuff, I'm actually going to put this in goated. I changed my mind again. MC Clubhouse is goated. It's pretty good. Not also to mention the fact that you can store 10 bicycles, which is good. Next up is the nightclub. Yeah. Nightclubs, though, not right there. It's a little bit difficult. You can make millions from this. Now, I'm not going to go over all the specs at the warehouse and how to fill that up or not, right? Make sure that you have every MC business in the game, a bunker plus either a hangar or a CEO crate warehouse, and buy all your technicians and your warehouse floors for the nightclub, and you'll make a lot of money. However, the time that it takes to accrue all of those goods from that is a while. And I'm talking in-game days. If you do nothing but straight up AFK, it will take you guaranteed no less than 5 days. 4 to 5 days, nothing of straight AFK. Yes, to generate a maximum, what that warehouse will create a maximum of $1.6 million. Yes, the idea, sell for more than 1.1 mil to get $1 million. Yeah, it's an expensive investment. It costs about $1 million. All the technicians cost a couple $100,000 each, and plus those warehouse things. Plus you gotta have all those businesses. I would say get every single business that you can for the nightclub. Yeah, even document forgery, you guys. Yes, get it. Yeah, don't just stick it with. There's some people that are just running a nightclub and just a coke lockup within that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yes, one, a CEO crate warehouse will generate you more overall than the coke lockup on solo. And why would you just have one when you can have 5 and it gets so much more? Now, the nightclub is also home to the best safe in the game with $50,000 every 48 minutes. Yes, as long as you keep up that nightclub popularity. Yeah. $50,000, that will stack up. And quite honestly, on my other account, I earned triple the amount of money from the safe alone than I did the warehouse. Yes, and when that safe money is on double money, goaded. Yes, pretty really really good way to make money. However, it takes time and it's investment, which is kind of what's pulling it down. I would still say it's a goaded method. Yeah. I would still say that it's a goaded method. It's a little bit further down from goaded than uh, what I would initially praise it as, because it really does take too long to occur. If they just cut that in half, which is not unreasonable, just make sure you balance it with Cayo Perico and whatnot. It would be so much better within that. Next up is Casino Penthouse. Is the last one. Not really a business per se, more of a property again. It's garbage tier. The only two things that it lets you do is start story missions, which I think pays you a decent bonus at the end of that, but it requires 2 players to do. And you can do casino work, which only pays you upwards to a max of $11,000 plus $5,000 in casino chips, which I just love to do because casino chips, it's funny because that's free money, but just funny to have like hundreds of thousands of casino chips on that. But in flat payout, it's not really that good, and it takes a while actually to do some of these casino work for what it is. It's almost worse than standard jobs, actually. So don't really get it. It can be beneficial in some cases, like helping out with some setup missions for some heists, like one Cayo Perico and Diamond Casino a little bit. But aside from that, not really offering much at all. That's in there. Yeah. So that's all the businesses in here. I'm going to rank these now by each row in order to really get that, and then we'll end it there. So up at the goated tier, I'm going to I'll put Cayo Perico there. Quite honestly, if I didn't put Cayo Perico there, I would get Land Blasted. The Agency next, then the Bunker for sure. I would put the Nightclub before the Coke Lot. Well, actually, because of the safe does have a lot of weight. I would put the Nightclub and then the Coke Lockup. Then just looking at the Coke Lockup itself, I would put. Actually, I put the MC Clubhouse above the Nightclub. Honestly, there's just too many methods that you could quickly get stuff, money, rather than the Nightclub. Yes, but that 50k is safe. Just as by itself, the Coke Lockup just by itself is less than these, but it's still by no means is it trash. B tier here. Actually, I think that special vehicle work and vehicle cargo actually bring that down. So CEO crates, and then the club has by itself, and then what is this? The meth lab, then the cash factory. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. The auto shop, I think I like it at mid because you have yeah, I think I like it there at mid. It's all right. Can be fairly useful. Weeds actually, semi useful. It's a mid. Arcade's not that great. Vehicle, I'm putting definitely vehicle cargo before the arcade. Arcade's garbage. Down here now the garbage tier. Yikes. As far as making you money, if we counted the heist, okay, I guess that will do. Dude, stay heist. I would say maybe the apartment heists. This is tough. I'm gonna go with money, like how quickly you can get the money. So I'm gonna put Arena Workshop. Then that. Actually, no. Nope. Okay. Facility. Apartment heists are actually lower than you guys think. Nope. Arena workshop, then apartment, then casino penthouse will actually earn you more than document forgery, and then the hangar. There we go. There's my official tier list for all the GTA Online businesses / properties. What I think is good now and what is absolute garbage. Yes? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. There's going to be some debate about this. I can tell. My name is Hectic. I'll see you guys in the next one.